Hey guys, this is Patty B from In the Holler. I got another firearm I'd like to share with y'all. This is my Foxtrot Mike FM-15 rifle, chambered in 5.56 millimeter. The FM-15 is a gas-operated semi-auto rifle that feeds from standard Stanag mags, and it uses a modified bufferless Stoner AR-15 gas-style system. It has what Foxtrot Mike calls a slim profiled barrel. It's 16 inches long and nitride coated. And this rifle weighs in exactly at 6 pounds, the way it was shipped to me, which is pretty cool. It's pretty light. So I've been seeing these on Brownells. I think they're the exclusive distributor of these. And looking at it, I was like, just kind of interesting because it's different than, it's a lot like AR-15, but it's also different than AR-15, which is kind of cool. A buddy of mine's got a Foxtrot Mike 9mm carbine that he let me shoot and review, and I was impressed with it. Impressed enough to where I was like, hey, let's buy this thing and check it out because you know, it's pretty neat looking. So I will go over some of the features on this rifle. Let me show you the other side real quick. But some of the features on this rifle, we'll start here at the back, and obviously different than any AR-15 because you've got a Magpul Zukov stock, which side folds. Push your button, and there you go. Pretty cool. You know, it's a fairly proven stock. You know, you see it a lot on AKs and stuff like that. I've got one on an AK, and I like it pretty good. You can just length the pull on it, and it's got a QD points for it for slings. It's got a Magpul pistol grip on it, which is nice. Got the little container in here so you can put batteries wherever you need in there. You've got Ambi Safety. It's on both sides. It's smaller on this side. Although I got a feeling, since I've just been messing with it, I might trim that side off. It's just plastic, just because it gets in the way of your trigger finger. It comes with a standard military spec trigger that I already went and replaced. I haven't even shot this rifle, but I had a bunch of the Palmetto State Armory enhanced polish triggers. They're $30 and I love them. It's like a mil-spec trigger, but it's just so much smoother. So I went ahead and dropped that in. Your bolt catch, bolt release is the same. You've got your dust cover, and you've got a, feels like a polymer shell deflector. We've got kind of a little mag well that's got a little taper to it. It's kind of cool. Got our free floating handguard. And then you see this is definitely different than you know, your standard AR-15. It's got its charging handle up top. And then you come out and you've got your standard A2 flash hider. So we'll go ahead and take a look inside of here and see what we got. And this, to me, is one of the negatives of the Foxtrot Mike, is the takedown. The takedown you just can't do without tools, which I guess isn't a big deal for some, but you know, if you're out there and you don't have access to either a punch to poke in through this hole in the bottom or a screwdriver, I don't know how you're gonna get the bolt and carrier out of this bad boy. But you can stick your screwdriver in there, catch on that bad boy. Get your little plug that holds in your recoil spring and guide rod. There's your recoil spring and guide rod. Push your charging handle, and bolt and carrier come right out. So as you can see, you know, it's very AR-15 style, at least the front half of AR-15 style. Your bolt looks purely AR-15, and the carrier, at least down here, looks the same way. Now up here on top, where you normally have a gas key, you still do. You have gas key on the bottom, and then this is for the guide rod for the recoil spring. So it's kind of cool. Kind of reminds me of a AR-18 kind of bolt, just the way it's short and the way it looks. But other than that, it's pretty standard. The cam pin is designed a little bit different, but it takes down exactly the same. All right, we'll go with the reassembly. And once again, this thing is definitely so much trickier than a standard AR-15. Not that it's that hard or impossible. Maybe a little harder on camera what I'm trying to do, but definitely negative because it's so much easier on an AR-15. the fact that you need tools. And then you got to be careful because this thing, when it comes flying out, which it's done before, comes out about Mach 4. So there you go. Yeah, but the fact that you got to have a tool to do that, to take it down, definitely negative in my book, but you know, we'll see. It's still a pretty cool rifle. And then, you know, that's the price you got to pay for having a folding stock, having the bufferless system. So put your pins in, and she's ready to go. So another little quirk on this rifle is, you know, the height of the rail. Due to the, you know, the charging handle sitting on top of the barrel over here, this rail sits like a 1/4 inch higher than it would on a standard AR-15, and the stock sits about the same height. So if you put AR-15 height optics or sights on there, it's just going to sit pretty high. So I've got this little short mounted holosun on here. If you mounted that on a standard AR-15 rail, you wouldn't be able to smash your face down low enough to see that. But that height fits pretty good with this Zukov stock. So I haven't decided, well, you know, what optic I'm going to run on this, you know, in the future. I just put this on to shoot it today because I just picked this gun up yesterday. So, well, let's take this thing out, get that holosun sighted in, and start ringing some steel, and we'll come back and give you some thoughts on the FM-15. All right, we got the holosun sighted in, probably good enough for what we're going to do today. Foxtrot Mike recommends 200 round break-in and using quality brass case while doing it. Well, what I got today is Russian steel case, Max Tech. So that's what we're going to roll with. So far, the only issue is it didn't lock back on an empty mag one time, but I've only got 40 rounds in it now, so you know, we're still on part of the break-in, but we'll keep an eye on and see how she does. So, we'll go ahead and take some shots at that 100-yard plate. There you go. And she didn't lock back again, but you know, we're still in the break-in. I'll keep an eye on it and see how it does. But you know, more than easy enough to hit that 100-yard plate. All right, let's take some shots at the 200-yard plate down there. All right, not too bad. I missed a couple. I don't know if you can hear those, but yeah, well, she shoots pretty good. Pretty soft shooting. I don't know if it's because the mass on the bolt carrier is half of what it is on an AR-15, or maybe it's just gassed right, but definitely a soft shooter. I like it. All right, we're back inside from shooting the Foxtrot Mike, and it was pretty fun. First off, there weren't any malfunctions. The only, and I don't know if you consider them malfunctions, is it didn't lock back on empty magazines. I think 3 times in the first 60 or so rounds. I only did 200 rounds today, which is the recommended break-in for them. Of course, they wanted you to use brass case, but I used steel case ammo, which is a little more underpowered, which, you know, explains maybe why the bolt didn't lock back. But after, I think it was either 60 or 80 rounds, that completely disappeared and it locked back on every other magazine. There were no other issues, no failures to feed or fire or whatever. Everything else was good. First impressions right off the bat, it's just a soft shooting rifle. I mean, you know, all 223s are, I guess, but this was just soft shooting. Like I said, I don't know if it's because the bolt carrier is half the weight or what, but it's definitely pleasant to shoot. Another thing, the the Ambi Safety, I didn't even get done sighting it in, and I went ahead and cut that off because it was driving me insane, touching my trigger finger while I was trying to shoot. So, but it's plastic, so I just cut it off and filed it down, and now it's just an indicator on that side. But I really like the, you know, that it's got the folding stock capability. Some people like that, some people don't care. It's definitely pretty neat because you can do that on a, you know, standard AR-15, but you got to put all the adapters in and all that good stuff, where this one just comes with it naturally. The sight height on it, you know, with this little holosun, it pretty well lined up perfect, and you know, it's a pretty good match for it. So when I try to figure out what optic I'm gonna keep on this, that's going to be the height that I'm going to use. The forward charging, you know, you don't really use the charging handle much, whether it's rear or forward or whatever. That's what the bolt hold open, bolt catch is for. But you know, I think there is definitely one advantage of that, and that it's easier to charge the weapon while it's still shouldered. You don't kind of have to pull it off your body or move your face or whatever, is because your hand's right here, and then if you need to charge it, or if you need to try to clear a malfunction, you can immediately just, there's your hand. So, you know, I didn't shoot it for accuracy, and I normally don't. You know, it's just a plinker for me, and you know, I'm sure it's going to get average AR-15 accuracy, which is all I need out of it. The only thing that I did notice is that it's got a dust cover, but when the dust cover's open, since the bolt is smaller than a standard AR-15 bolt carrier, you can see that there is an ingress right there where you could pour some mud or dirt or whatever you wanted to go in there. And definitely has a little spot where maybe you could get some grime or something in there. I don't know that that's a big deal, just something I thought I'd point out. But other than that, yeah, I mean, I really like it. It's, you know, it feels like it's an AR-15 in your hand. It shoots like an AR-15. It's just a little bit different. And, you know, if the side folder is important to you, you know, then this might be the rifle you're looking for. If you don't care about side folding, you probably just want to stick with the regular AR-15. But this thing's kind of neat, and I'm going to continue to shoot it. I'll do some more running guns and 3 guns with it and see how I like it over the next few months. So, but anyways, there you go, guys. Foxtrot Mike FM-15. Y'all have a nice day.